the weather. We're blaming it on the weather. Okay.
Weather and fact that kids are home without
Um,
school.
yes.
Boo.
Buh. Yeah, let me get more caffeinated here.
I know, honestly. I
I
need
don't
another
really,
cup of coffee.
I don't really need it. It was a lie.
But it's always nice to
It is. It is. It is.
have. Yeah,
Uh,
well, we are back with author's name, Rina Kent,
yes.
right? Yes,
Yes.
God of Malice. This was requested, so thank you so much. I'll try to put
Yeah.
your user somewhere on the screen.
Yeah, we'll put you on the screen. I was gonna see, let's see here.
It's in our
Carrie, Carrie Whispers.
Carrie
Thank
Whispers. Thank you.
thank you for recommending.
Yeah.
It was funny because it was one that I actually kind of put off for a while
Hmm.
because I knew that there were five
Yeah.
books that I was gonna need to read, and I was like, dark college romance, like I love myself like some Riot and some Sin. Right. But I was like, I don't know. I've only read the first one.
Same. No, same. Because I got caught up with a different book that was coming out after
Yes.
I've already read this one. So I haven't read any of the others, but have read the
Yes.
first.
Yes. So we're gonna do the first one and then it's on my list to like start
Yeah.
reading the other ones because I did really enjoy this one.
Yeah,
Uh
I think I rated it lower than you
yeah,
when I read it.
I think you did too.
Mhm.
It So, God of Malice, first book by Rina Kent. It is, what is the series called?
Legacy of Gods.
Legacy of Gods. Okay, so Legacy of Gods, first book, God of Malice.
Yeah.
Um, like I guess just obviously there's spoilers.
Yep.
And then there were some like trigger warnings that I want to like throw out.
Mhm.
Like non-consensual
Like right
stalking.
off the gate.
Yeah, like right out the bat. I was
Whew,
like, oh, but okay.
okay.
Obviously, like lots of sexual content, like fighting, stalking, suicide, mental health
Yep.
issues, like psychology issues. Like it does have like a lot of depth between the
Mhm.
smut, if that makes sense. It almost gives like part of it gives like Lords vibes.
Mhm.
And then other part of it was giving like what is her name? J. Rose
Oh,
vibes.
yeah, yeah.
How she like mixes in mental health with
Yeah.
like the smut.
And like there's
So
only for me, I guess like there's only a little bit of like a mental health type situation, not as much as like what J Rose does. But still
right.
enough where you're like, okay, you can kind of see like where she's going with this.
Yes.
I would say like it's definitely like the secret society. Not even secret, but it's like there's a society that's well uh hard to get into, like one of
Yeah,
those, but people know about it.
they're they're colleges. So like
Yeah.
they have like the REU, the Royal Elite University, and that's where like Glendon goes. And
Right.
like
Aren't they in like
all like
Scotland or something like too? Because they're over in
like UK.
UK, and then
Yeah,
they
UK.
have like the
And then
American college
yeah, that's
that's
the
randomly over
king.
there.
That's like the King's U, and that's like the
Yeah.
American college, and that's where Killian Carson is at. And there are like a lot of other characters that she
Mhm.
brings in, like as far as like friends and like
Yeah.
cousins and like etc. But we'll just we'll just talk about the book and our favorite parts of it.
Yes.
And
Can I just say it was so hard to like get over the dude's name because that's my son's name is
yes,
Killian. And so
I
like reading through this,
recently
I was like, ugh.
I recently learned how difficult that was.
Yeah, with the last book that you were reading, right? Yeah. You're like,
Mhm.
it's
And his
not
name was Jackson,
yeah.
and she called him Jax, and I was like, and he couldn't have been a bigger F boy. And I was like, oh my God.
I
You
know.
have to like disassociate like completely. And it takes a minute. Like
Mhm.
even in this book, like when they call Killian like kill, like
Yeah.
I'm thinking of your kiddo because I call him Kill Bill every now and
Yeah.
then. And it's like, uh, uh.
I'm like, great. He's gonna grow up to be a psycho.
Speaking of Killian,
Yeah.
absolute nutso. He
Yeah.
knows he's a wacko. They even like talk about like as a kid, he like kind of
Yeah.
opened up to like rats and shit. And
Yeah.
his
Well, like,
parents,
and what are they? What is that called? Is it a sociopath where it's like they
yeah,
don't have like
he's
emotions, but they play off like they're good at like masking?
yes, he has those sociopathic like
Yeah.
tendencies 100%. Like the stalking, like the hyperfixation, like
Yep.
a
Smile
lot
when you
of
need
it.
to.
And he's like he has like so much like character depth
Hmm.
throughout the book because like at the beginning and like it just pops off. Like we're not even gonna lie. Like Glendon is like standing on the cliffs,
Hmm.
right? And she's like ready to like commit
Yeah,
suicide.
because her bestie or
Yes,
whatever, like who she thought was her best friend, like drove off of the cliff, and that's where he died. You know,
died.
so it's like,
Yeah, she's in mourning, right? So
big time. You
she's
cannot
she's
handle.
at the cliff and she's about to go.
Yeah,
And all of a sudden this stranger just like snags her and just like holds her there. He doesn't like
yeah.
pull her all the way to he's just like dangles her there and she's like he's got a camera and like an American accent and
Just like taking photos of her. Like I
you guys
want
like the
the
fear
spear.
in your eyes and she's like you're a sick fuck, but this sounds familiar because my brother is a little similar. And that was like Jer, right? She has two brothers, Jer and Brandon or Brendan, and they're both
Yeah,
they're twins.
yeah, that's right.
Um, yeah, Brandon and Landon, but she calls him Lan or
Lan,
whatever. But
yes,
Lan is like also very similar to
yeah,
Killian, like off wise. But dude, then he like pulls her, to safety and it's not safety. And like,
no,
dude, you're like in the first
yeah,
chapter. Like, and he's like, I'm gonna fuck him out, your cunt, or your ass. You choose.
you choose.
And she's like, I don't
Excuse me.
but yeah, so like Killian, that whole situation, it's like, but like I
He's like, I can let you go, and it would be great for my photography, or you can do this, and you'll be
like
safe.
your blood all over against the
Uh
rocks. Like he's
huh.
very descriptive, and so it kind of like terrifies her a bit. And
Yeah.
she ends up choosing the
Feeling
mouth
shush.
as like, one probably would. And she like
Yeah.
debates biting it off, right? And like he he realizes she ain't never done this before, and he's like, let me tell you how.
But yeah. So dude is wacko.
Yeah. He's off his rocker. And yeah, so she
And
like
she's over
goes
here
on.
like, well, I don't want to like die, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like you put it in my mouth, and I'm gonna bite it off, which she
Then
does try.
she does try, and he's like,
He's like, that
no.
just makes me want to do it harder. I was
Hmm.
like, okay,
Okay. Thank you.
uh,
And then he like takes a photo of her.
and she's like, great, cool,
Cool, sir. I don't know your name.
yeah,
So yeah, then she's like at school and she's like hanging out with her friend, like her girlfriends or whatever, and she sees him. Well, they like meet his like cousin,
yeah, 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 because
Annika.
Annika, yeah, because like she's over to try to get away.
It- yeah, and she's like doing ballet
Yes,
or whatever.
yeah,
So yeah, there's like a weird like crossover
hmm,
and it's just like he stalks her. It's great. Like he
yeah. He's like,
corners
now I
her at the
can't get her off my
college.
mind.
Yeah, like he's very much a
Uh-huh.
psychopath. Like that's all he can think about. And it's like,
Yes,
oh, okay, sir. I mean, at one point he like wakes her. Well, no, the car ride.
right.
And he's like driving and he ends up, he's like, well, first he's like, get in the fucking car. And she's like, I don't want to get. get in the car.
Get in
I'm
the
taking
car.
you somewhere. And she's like, is he gonna like kill me? Like, I don't know where he's taking me.
Yeah.
But he ends up like sticking some fingers up there and he's like, I feel her hymen.
Yeah.
And he was like, normally this would like honestly turn me off because I would need to like get off again later. He was like, but I find myself interested.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like he's kind of fighting himself of like, why am I so interested in her?
Yes, like what is
What
it
is
about
happening?
this girl? Like, and
Yeah.
he knows that she's like elite and like that the king family that she comes from is
Yeah.
like very elite and high up.
Yeah.
Um, and like same with her cousins too.
Yeah.
So, and they
Like
have like the
they're
little
doing
fight
misunderstanding.
club,
Yes. Okay.
and that's fun.
That was fun because then that's when she goes in, and I think didn't they bring Anna? Was it the first one? Or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. It's like they go in and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to like who's fighting?" And it's Killian. No, no, no. It
Hmm.
was
First, I think Lan went.
no, because like it was going to be landed in Killian's buddy, but then
Yes.
Killian saw that she was there and saw who was fighting and was like, "I'm going in," and we're like,
I'm yes.
"Oh,
And that's right before the car scene because like after that he's like, get in the car, you're coming with
yes,
me.
yeah,"
And
because
like
then he was like, he messaged her like, "If you want your cousin to live," and like he threw the game, he threw the
yes,
fight.
yes. I was like, oh, cute.
Yeah, but like for what though?
Yeah. Cause well, and then he's like, you're a virgin, like all
Yeah,
that. And you're like, sir, I just learned your name like
yeah,
yesterday. Don't really like ya
yes.
based off previous experience.
Serious, like stop. Like I'm just trying to live my life.
She's
Why do
a
you keep
little
popping up?
she's a little traumatized about it. And then he takes her
Yeah.
to like the firefly field and it's like,
Yeah, then he starts to get all sorts of sweet.
and I'm like, sir,
Yeah, but
what?
also like when she tries to like they get the invitation to go to the college like that night where it's like initiation. She's like, I want to see what all this
Yes.
is about. Goes in, they're wearing the masks. And they're
Yes, the
literally
bunny
hunting.
man.
Like you have to try to get out of like where they're the field.
Yes.
You have to get out. And he's over here like, nah. He's like, well, also like one, why are you here?
Why are you here? Like,
Because
who
she
sent you
was not
the
supposed to be.
invite? Yeah, because the whole time he's like, oh, I wish I could just be like watching,
Yeah.
like, her or
He's like, this is
whatever.
mostly for everybody else to like
Yeah,
betray
like
their
I just
tendencies or
I just
whatever.
want to be like watching Gwendolyn, like right
Yeah.
now. Gwendolyn, Glendon. Yeah, and then he finds out she's like at this initiation, but she's like, should I leave? Because like they're gonna chase us, and if we die, or if we're
Like,
impaled
what's
by
going
their
on?
like what is this?
Yeah.
And that whole thing is wild because well, then they have like another hookup. Like, well, there's a few non-consensual things
Yeah,
that
because
happen.
they hooked up out there, like she climbed a tree, I wanna say. To be
Yeah,
like, I'm just gonna like ride it out because she's hearing people get shot, getting
yeah.
fist
She's like, this
fight,
is not what I want to do.
everything. So it's like, no.
Ew.
But then like they do their thing, they get out, and then they she starts like they're talking, they're trying to make their way, and then um she's about to get out of there. And then that other chickie comes up is like trying to get all up on him. And she's like, why am I feeling jealous? Because I
Yeah,
shouldn't be.
like what is yeah, like so she's also trying to figure out like why she's like feeling a certain way about Killian, like
Uh-huh.
'cause she knows he's technically no good because of like how similar he is to Landon and like
Yeah.
she doesn't love that like he's just stalking her. Like
Yeah.
she's not like oh, like she's worried that like he's gonna see because he already like knows her secrets. So like she's never
Yeah.
told anyone. And it's she's like, how does she know that? So like She doesn't want anything to do with him. She's like, I don't want you to learn anything else about me. Like,
Yep.
I,
Well, and then the whole like her friend who died or whatever, like was a part of their group, like in a
yes,
way. And so like they're trying to figure out what actually happened because they're like he wouldn't just off himself. Like yeah, he was a little kooky, but like
yes.
he wouldn't just do that.
They knew that she knew that there was like something else behind it. And it was
Yeah.
kind of like, okay.
And so
But
I think that's why like he had like a vested interest as well of like you know something, so I need to get close to you to figure it out. But then he starts
what's
to like actually fall for her.
fall for her? And so in that, it's like, okay, that's cute. You know, I
Yeah.
love when like a nice little like stalker.
Enemies to lovers.
I dig that. But I think like Killian's character in general just like had a lot of like layers. Like he was
Yeah.
an onion. Onions have layers. Um,
Hilarious. He is Shrek.
everybody knows Shrek. If you can't quote like one line
Oh
from
yeah,
movie Shrek, I don't think I should be talking to you.
not at all. Facts.
Like
Facts.
I don't cakes have layers.
I gotta be an
Anyway,
onion.
Killian's an onion.
Oh,
He's
big time.
definitely an onion.
He's just trying to figure his life out.
Again, like,
Honestly.
and then you have like all like the like background characters, which I assume are like gonna be in like the other books.
Yes, like what's the name though? What was the dude's name? Their friend who was like talking in like old medieval,
Yeah, he'd
like
be like
third person.
knight. Yeah, like knight and my lord.
My
And
lord, you will call me my lord, you
I
peasant.
was like, are you actually like I was a little thrown off at first. I was like, are you
Cracking up
no, you just
so
messing with
much.
us. Okay, like that's great.
And like he
Like
would always follow Landon around and like
it's
so
great.
funny. And then
And I
Anika's like really trying to get with Landon, and he's like,
yes.
why? Because he's such a sociopath too.
I mean,
Twisted.
it's it's weird though, like just like her, Glendon. Why do I want to call her? Yeah, Glendon.
Landon. Yeah, it was kind of like
I want to do
weird.
like Linda.
God.
Glendon's family is interesting because like her dad's Levi, mom is Astrid.
Yeah.
Astrid's an artist, like all the kids are artists.
Mhm.
Um, and then like her cousins are like Eli and Creighton, who they call
Creighton.
Cray or Cray Cray, who is who I think what maybe who they were gonna fight.
Yes, that's who it
Um,
was. Not Landon. Yeah.
yeah, and then she's got her friend Anna and Cicely.
Cicely. I loved Cicely.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did too, a lot. And then so Killian, his brother Gareth, who he like pretends to be like buddy buddy with, but like they really don't like each other.
No.
Like, okay. Um, and they just kind of like talk to their parents on the phone because I think that
Yep.
they're in America from what I gathered.
Yeah, because they're like putting up like that facade, and so whenever Gareth like they have to talk, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're best bros," blah blah blah, and then they get off the phone, and it's like, "Get away from me!"
Wait,
Because
yeah,
like
and
Gareth sees, he knows
yes,
how
and
he really
I
is.
don't. I'm curious if I missed something because like Killian kept pointing out that his mom was twins with like his Aunt Rye. And that like so if he ever like smashed like Nikolai's face in, like he would like hear it from like his mom and his aunt. But like
Yeah,
the amount of times they called it out, I was like, is there something else there?
yeah, because I think that's why him and Nikolai are kind of like closer because Nikolai was not the Russian mafia.
Yes, because they're
Yeah,
the Sokolovs
yeah. So it's like I don't know. I think it has to do with, like a whole the marriage thing. I really
situation.
feel like I should have like reread it,
Yeah, I'm just
really remember.
maybe somebody can tell us if there's like they think well we haven't read the other books, so don't tell us if we
True.
if
But
maybe
also, I love Nikolai because he's like, I will just F anyone.
yes.
He does not
Yes.
care. But I believe his book, from what I've kind of read online, he like starts trying to advance towards a man. So I think it's a
Oh,
gay one, and I'm very excited
yeah, see,
because
like,
like he's big, bad, burly, and I love that. And then he's
yes,
instead of like hooking up with a
going
woman,
for
like
a
he wants to
man.
be more like a dude. And I'm just like,
Yes.
I love queer literature so much.
I wasn't sure like how I would feel about it. And then like, well, with like J. Rose,
Oh
she's
yeah,
got like mostly like four or five dudes and one girl, and a lot of times the dudes have their side thing going on, and
yeah,
I actually fucking loved it. Like
yeah.
I was like,
Girl, I started out real young, loving the gays. I mean, like I'm
I,
queer myself, right? So, but like it's it's very much like I was reading like yaoi, and it's all just like male, men, 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 and it's just like the whole boy love and all of that. I just love it because it totally breaks out from like what you normally read.
yeah,
And I have read some where they it was like the flip side. It was like the lesbian love, things like that. And it's just it's so
yeah,
cute, like especially like if it's from a queer author or anything. It's fantastic. It's
yes.
so well written. So like I have heard that like Nikolai's is a lot of people's favorite, so I'm very excited to read that.
All right.
Especially when
Well,
like I said, like they're big, tough, burly.
I know, and it's like
Get
break
your
my heart.
love.
Yes, yes.
I love it.
Uh,
One of the cutest, coziest little reads. And I don't know if you would like it because it's you're not real big in like D&D, right? So like
right.
you don't know like the species, like things like that. Is
Yes.
Legends and Lattes. I it's about an orc setting up a coffee shop because she's done that
I
one.
remember you telling me about this when you were reading it, like
And he
last
falls in
year
love
or the
with
year
like a
before.
succubi, and it's just
And you're like, oh,
so
oh.
cute.
You got me to demons last year,
Yep,
and like maybe monsters will be 2025 goals.
there you
Like
go.
we've done, well, you've got me in Fae, you've got
Yep.
me in dragons. I'm reading about Fae and the fairies. Like,
And
that
the
TikTok,
fair.
that TikTok audio I'm talking about. I'm reading about dragons and
Yes.
fairies, and demons,
Mhm.
and maybe monsters will be next.
Yes.
But we have Skies and Sparrow, and then my goal after that is to like go read the rest of the God of Malice books.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and finish because I'm reading that the hockey series, which is like I've never been one for
Playing
like
for
a sport.
keeps.
Yeah,
Me
I've never been
neither,
one for
but
like
this shit was
it's
good. Becky
good. It's good. So
nailed it.
we're gonna definitely review those as well. But like after that, I do want to dip back into the series to like finish them. So I
Yes.
want to say like I think I rated God of Malice like a 4. I want to say because it wasn't like it was good, but it wasn't
It wasn't what,
exceptional for me
yes, I think
compared to
like
like other books
knowing,
that I've read.
yes, and like I leaned more towards like a 4.5
Mm.
because of the like psychology aspect with
True.
Killian.
Yeah.
And like I love like thrillers and like psychological shit, like books, movies, all of it. So
Yeah.
like
I will say I wasn't expecting like the ending and how that turned out.
no.
Because I was really like, yeah, okay, dude died, whatever. And then haha. No, but like I think that's also one where I why I rated it lower because like how he came back and what he was doing, I was like, okay, but where were you throughout this whole book? Like what
Whole
game were you
thing.
playing? Because I'm
Yeah.
not really seeing any ties there. You just showed back up. Maybe
Which
unless
again
I
is
missed something.
why I'm like, maybe it's pointed out in the next book.
I don't know.
Maybe.
What else if they
Because
killed him? Like he dead now, ain't he?
I know, but maybe they like at least like fill us in on like
True.
what happened
It just
there.
it almost felt like they just like she just sprinkled it in of like, oh yeah, hey, to round this out, but it was more about the character growth between those two and
That
whatnot.
that actually makes sense. Yeah. I don't know. I would like to see some like at least additional information given,
Yeah,
which considering there's four more books, I would be shocked if it was not at least
talked about.
sprinkled into
Hmm.
another
Just
one.
sprankled.
Sprinkled. So, but I overall I liked it. I did
Mhm.
again like it felt. it felt like I had something I had read before, but it
Yeah.
definitely wasn't.
Yes.
Like
Maybe
it's
that's also too, because like it does feel like reminiscent of like this, like, not, I'm not gonna say standard because everyone's ideas, unless they're completely ripped off, but it's like it definitely felt like something that we've read before,
it
but
was
in a
like
different way.
Haunting Adeline, Lords, a little bit of like J Rose,
Mm,
like I don't know. There was and you had like Mafia, like and I guess like we've read Mafia romances, like it felt like a mishmash of like a
yes.
which so like I want to read the rest of the book so I can get a better like view on like how I feel about them as all. Because like right now I was just kind of like, whoa, I
Yeah.
just really like this psychopath.
Yeah.
Like, and that was the whole like yes, the spicy scenes, they were good. I
Yes. I
liked
will go with
them.
that. Yes.
And I really liked how she was like, why am I like fantasizing about like non-consensual shit? I'm like, I'm
Like he
very
really like got under her
inexperienced.
skin, and then she's dealing with like, I will never compare to my mother or my brother,
Yep.
like artistry wise and everything, but like they've been so like, you're doing great. It may not be like what ours is, but you have your own
Your
path. Like
own
it's
way.
still really good. Stop trying to compare
Exactly.
yourself. So like seeing that growth is nice.
And he kept pointing that out, and it was like,
Yeah.
and not in the nicest ways, but
Yeah.
I don't know. So I really liked like Killian, and I liked the psychopath. I liked learning about her brother Landon.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see who the second book is about. So
Yeah. I really haven't like dug in or looked at all of that.
me
So
neither. But I know they're all on my list on Goodreads to read. So
same. All right. I think I have them. I need to double check.
well,
I
they're
can
on
go
our
through my
Excel
Goodreads.
sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, that was Rena Kent, God of Malice.
Yes, indeed. I will put,
First,
I will figure out how to put a
an image, the cover image. We do not have the book, but here it
Yeah, we
is.
read that on KU.
Yes. So, but yeah, we'll be back and we'll do leather and well, butcher
Butcher and
and
Blackbird.
blackbird and leather and lark, and we'll
Yep.
probably just throw those in one episode. And
Yeah.
because we want to read Scythe and
I'm
Sparrow.
still waiting. It was supposed to show up last night and it got delayed because of the weather.
Snow, because snow, story of our lives. Snow and children. I see you, Killian.
Yeah. He's
Bah.
being a pain in my butt. So I can only clip out so much.
But that's life. And that's
Yeah.
why somebody should sponsor us.
I know. Make it work. Because it's
Hint,
one of those
hint,
things like,
wink,
hint,
wink. I
hint.
can't wink. I'm like,
Because that's just one of those things, especially when I have to like record from home. It's usually because Killian is here or whatnot. And my
or
Killian.
weather.
Yeah. So it's
My
like,
Killian,
my
not
Killian.
not the psychopath.
Yeah. So it's like you're gonna see kids. It is fine.
It's
But
fine.
like I try to keep them entertained. Sometimes it doesn't work.
There's only so
So
much we can do.
it's always something. But
But yeah,
yeah,
we'll
we'll be
be
back.
back. Bye.